is up? It's your boy John, the Street 5B Pros and telling you this, guys. Today we're going to talk about ED, BDD, and your boy Tristyn Lee. How does this all equate? Well, he put his last video, he put out my experience maintaining 4% body fat for 2 years. So I'm going to kind of review the video. A lot of you guys probably already watched it. I know that Greg said, also Nick Trigilli, did a response to it as well too, but I thought I would chime in as well too, because it's always a good thing to get a little more, some other perspectives on this matter. So I'm going to whiz through this video. This video is basically in 2 times speed, so we don't have to kind of like waste our time going through this, but I made some points. I want to touch on these things and go from there. So let's go.
3 years ago was when this generally started, when I started becoming a little bit more obsessive about the numbers. Back then I was having 3,000 plus calories and I was playing soccer as well as doing bodybuilding. Now when I stepped aside from the soccer field, my focus had shifted from, oh, I need to fuel for soccer, I need to make sure my performance is optimal, to only bodybuilding.
So on Nick's video, Nick Trigilli basically was like, the guy quit a potential professional soccer career for bodybuilding. That is not true from my understanding, because I met Tristyn at the beginning of the inception of his popularity. I was doing my first guest pose as a pro and he was my like opener and whatnot. The big buzz behind this kid was he's this kid who is extremely lean, in shape, and can pose like a mug. And he was fascinating to watch. He was cool, he was inspiring to other little kids. He was short, so he was like one of those kids who was shorter, who can give other kids some hope for dreamers out there, which was good. And he was playing soccer as well too. He was a good soccer player and he was also passionate about bodybuilding. And then he went off into the bodybuilding world, because guess what? When you're at his age, which was, so 5 years ago, he was 14, right? So 14 years old, playing soccer, high school, you know what I mean? Yay. And then all of a sudden, he's getting mad attraction on YouTube. I'm probably going to pick YouTube over that, because again, when it comes to instant gratification or rewards in life, that kid's going to get it right away, and he doesn't have to wait until he gets picked up from some team or go to college first and whatnot. So it happened right away and he got popular right away.
1 pack of beef, have to make sure that's the exact weight on the food scale, and then I got to make sure that I'm exactly this.
By the way, before we keep going, a lot of you guys are watching this video but not subscribing, guys, so make sure you guys subscribe. And if you like the video so far, hit that like button and notification button, so next time I put a video, you'll be the first person to get it. Anyway, let's get back to the show.
Number of calories in my fitness pal, or else I'm gonna get fat, or else I'm not gonna look the way that I want to look. So it became so obsessive to the point of delusion.
Now, so I want to bring up something right now, and I want to actually go over these things so we can kind of like have a clear understanding of what a eating disorder and what body dimorphism is. So let's go eating disorder, ED, because if I say the whole word, I'll probably get flagged and then this video doesn't go up and then the goodness of the video doesn't get shown. So let's just go here. So healthy eating behaviors is based on 2 sensations. Hunger, satiety. Eating disorder interrupts this mechanism. The disturbance is a psychological consequence of malnourishment and can be reversed if diet is improved. Anorexia and bulimia, recognized as conditions in their own right, are 2 examples of ED. It is estimated that 9 to 10% of adult women suffer from compulsive type ED. Men represent 10 to 15% of people affected by eating disorders. These disorders are very often triggered during adolescence. Now, the thing about this right now, that men share higher of a percentage of it than women, right? So let's just go over to just like your body dysmorphia, and people understand what is body dimorphism or and whatnot. So we'll look at this. Now, the actual definition is body dimorphism is, or BDD, is a mental health problem. If you have BDD, you may be upset about your appearance or your body that is getting in the way of your ability to live a normal life. Many of us have what we think are flaws in our appearance, but if you have BDD, your reaction to the flaws become overwhelming. In this case, I'm just going to say it like it is. This is and cries ED. Now, I don't know if Tristyn is getting help for this at all, but let's just deep dive further into this and I can show you why and how some of these probably happen.
I started to lose sense of my body's actual hunger cues. So my satiety was no longer determined by whether or not I felt hungry on a particular day or at a particular time. It was instead just determined by what number I see in MyFitnessPal. I then started adding in things that would curb my appetite or make myself feel more full. For example, carbonated drinks that bloat you. Drinks to curb cravings, then I don't know what you're doing with your life. These are literally lifesavers when it comes to dieting. If you're getting into like a...
Okay, so there you go. There's a couple examples right there. When you are changing your entire life to go against what your body's telling you to do, like if you're doing things to stop your body's natural ability to send off hormones saying eat and not eat, that whole balance, homeostasis, that is a huge issue. So for some of you guys out there, a lot of you guys out there, and you guys that are watching, if you're doing things on purpose for the sake of changing what your body looks like, and it is negatively affecting your body's ability to do what it's supposed to do, and mentally you have AED, and it's basically body dysmorphic disorder. How do you stop this? We'll get into it later, but let's keep diving into Tristyn and kind of see, because we're using this guy as an example. We're using Tristyn as an example. He's a 19-year-old kid who's extremely successful, who has 1.4 million subscribers on YouTube. He probably has a million on Instagram as well too. Let's check. 2 million. So you got 2 million. So you got 2 million on Instagram and 1.4 million on YouTube. So it means he has over 2 million people that are following him, glorifying him, taking advice from him, and so forth. Am I saying what he's doing is wrong? He's a kid living his life, documenting and vlogging things, and he has a pre-workout that is there too. Now, what he needs to do is just come right out and say that he has an issue. I don't know what it is. He doesn't have to come out and tell you guys, hey guys, this is exactly what's going on with me. But to, he's talking about how it's affecting his life. Now we're going to go a little further. We can talk a little more on this, but let's just go a little further. I'm going to kind of comment a little more.
I know a lot of bodybuilders who are going into a dieting phase. Essentially, that's what I was doing for 2 years straight. I was shredding for a show and I never brought my calories back up, and that was eventually to my detriment.
So let you guys know, guys, he dieted for a show and never stepped on stage, right? So something happened in that point where he probably just realized that, hey, I don't really need to step on stage to get the glory that I'm getting. And obviously does it, because people look at him like, they use that word loosely, bodybuilder. He's not a bodybuilder. He didn't step on stage. He is doing the act of bodybuilding, but he hasn't yet stepped on stage, so I can't really call him an actual bodybuilder. But in the terms of that, he didn't get on stage, and he's still getting all of this love. He has more subscribers, more followers than 99% of bodybuilders who are top bodybuilders or famous bodybuilders, right? So just to give you guys an idea who want to step on stage, realizing that, I want to be on stage so I can be popular and famous, you don't have to. There is a clear example. You don't have to do that. Now what Tristyn is doing, is it smart? Is it healthy? Of course not. I don't recommend this whatsoever at all. I'm going to watch a couple more. I'm going to watch a little bit more of this. I'm going to cut it off. We're going to talk. We're going to have a little Mr. Tell Like It Is talk with you. We're going to have a Tell Like It Is real talk right after I zip through a couple more of these examples.
Although I didn't have a super active social life in the first place, small things like going out to restaurants and seeing the meals on the menu and not knowing the macronutrients, that became an issue for me. So I became so obsessive that I wouldn't let myself go out and have a bite to eat with a friend or go out just because I didn't know the calories.
You guys, I'm literally just pressing this. This is on 1.7 speed. I'm just randomly clicking on the next, and it's like every time I click, I get an example, true examples of body dysmorphic disorder. Like I don't have to say anything. I can literally be like, hey guys, you want to know examples of if you have body dysmorphia? Check out this video that Tristyn just did. It's called My Experience Maintaining 4% Body Fat for 2 years, and it should be called How Do You Know You 100% Have Body Dysmorphic Disorder? I'm just saying that. Like I'm not being mean. I'm just telling you like it is. Instead of kind of like, now this is sort of an awareness video in a sense, but it's almost like a glorifying in a way too. Now he's not kind of glorifying where he's like, look at me, look what I did. But he's kind of using this as like, hey guys, look what I did. I went through all this torture and pain. Number one, yeah, obviously it was showing crazy signs of BDD. Also ED, right? You guys know those words. I'll put them at the bottom right there for you. Then, looking at examples of, stress, one of the things we don't want at all for our body to actually, optimize training and everything else. We're looking at, isolating himself from social events and things because he's, I understand if like you had a bodybuilding show and you don't want to go out because you want to focus on just, keep your mind in the game, but he's not doing a bodybuilding show and isolating himself. Then we get into like actually like training, his overall sleep and everything else is disrupted. His training isn't going anywhere. So guys, let's just talk real here. And it's really good that these videos are kind of come out at the beginning of the year because there's a lot of people out there who are like, hey, new me, new you. We got a bunch of New Year's resolutioners out there and we're trying to like do some new things or whatever it is. Here's an example of what not to do. Now, is it healthy to be in 4% body fat? No, it is not. Is it healthy to be 5% body fat? No, it is not. What's healthy body fat? For men, 50%. Healthy body fat for women, 25%, right? Athletic, whatever, that's cool. But at the same time, even being at a healthy body fat, if you do not know your own self-worth, if your goals are based around proving to somebody or to someone or to a group or a platform, you're off on the wrong foot. Your goals have to be self-regulated. Your goals have to be for you and you only. And that's it. And then even at that, sometimes those goals can be a little skewed and a little off. But if your goals aren't, I want to be the healthiest person I want to be and look the way I want to look, and it's being deterred or manipulated or inspired by outside or, external forces that aren't good, like I want to please the gram. I want to do it for my subscribers. There's a lot of pressure put on it because, again, I said the same thing about channels. If you grow a channel, and Tristyn grew his channel on being this super lean kid, and now he's expected to be super lean all the time. So he's got to put on this like kind of like mask of the super lean mask and entire suit and play this role for the subscribers. Now he's at a 1.4 million subscribers. Let's just go down here and read the comments. I guess Coach Greg is right when you say bodybuilding is a very dangerous sport. Thanks for sharing, Tristyn. Happy to see you change for the better mentally, emotionally, and physically. This must be hard on your mentality and especially physically. Last time I was 4% was 2011 at a show, right? This guy's doing a show. Let's go randomly go all the way down here in the middle comment. It'd be interesting to see how and from what sources you increased your calories. Okay, so these are all questions that don't ask the right question. What are you doing, Tristyn, to continue this journey in a healthy way mentally? Right? A lot of the stuff I heard him say all was basically mental health. Triggered it off. Fired it up. Basically set it off, alarm button went off. All I saw was mental health. And when it comes to your body, these are those things that people really take into account, that your body is your main source of your worth. And it's not at all. The inside of you is more important. Because like organs, yeah, organs are a lot more important too. But when it comes to your own self-worth, how you feel about your own value, who you are as a person, what makes you you, what is your identity? A lot of people have identity issues where they associate themselves or identify themselves with something and not who they are. Like it could be moms who identify themselves as I'm a mother. No, you're not. You're Jane who happens to be a mother. And then sometimes mothers get lost in only being able to be a mother and they forget everything else about what it was like being them. Same with bodybuilders. I'm Jane. I'm a bodybuilder. James. No, you're not. You're James that happens to bodybuild. That's why I have my name, Jonathan Shreve, IFBB Pro. Or Johnny Shreve. Before I wanted to put IFBB Pro Johnny Shreve, and I remember my cousin being like, dude, you're not a bodybuilder. You're Jonathan Shreve. You're Johnny Shreve, the person, the cousin I know, the friend, the brother, the father. You know what I'm saying? You're that person, the inspiration, the motivator. Bodybuilding's one of those things that you do. So if you build your channel on a certain thing, then you end up having to continue that to please your audience. And then you get into a world of hurt where you find yourself 2 years in a contest prep diet where you're basically not happy for 2 years. What is 2 years doing to you in that time frame? Now, let me talk about what happens to your body when you get in low body fats. Your mental health gets a hit. because you're not giving yourself the right amount of people are talking about, oh man, it's like being lean. Might be miserable because you don't like a lot of food. No, you're not giving your body enough nutrients for your brain to properly function. So if you have some kind of a mental illness, then you are not taking care of your nutrition and getting in the proper amount of foods or macros that are going to help your brain. You're just adding more fuel to the fire to an already burning down forest, right? We need to just regulate those things and making sure that we are in a healthy body fat for the sake of having a good mental health. When you're mentally strong or mentally healthy, the rest of the body can be healthy, right? If you look at it, Tristyn is extremely lean. Is that healthy? No. Am I saying his mental health isn't healthy? No. But I'm going to put a theory out there that he's probably mentally struggling a lot. Even being in this body fat percentage right now and having to go back up, he's got a little bit to go to get to a place where he's optimal so his brain can properly function at an optimal level where it can regulate hormones, regulate emotions, and everything else like that, right? That's what we're talking about. This is a really good video for you guys to see out there that it is not healthy to be that lean all the time. And then we can go back to like the whole main gaining thing. What is Tristyn going to do? He's going to get himself up to a body fat where he can main gain in that area, in that time. Where is he going to be at? I would say, look, the guy's 4% body fat. The guy can get away with being 10% and be pretty damn healthy and pretty fine, right? And still optimal in his training. It's a really good video when it comes to when people ask me, here's an example. People ask me, man, hey man, I was really scared of doing cardio and losing muscle, you know what I'm saying? And dude's like 20% body fat. I'm like, listen, you're not going to lose any muscle doing some cardio when you're 20% body fat and you're eating the right amount of food, even being in a deficit. Now, Tristyn, something like that is a person who's going to eat muscle if he's doing way too much activity at that body fat percentage. So unless you look like Tristyn, please don't ask me if I'm in danger of losing body fat doing cardio and you're eating enough food, right? That's all I'm saying. And it's also a really good example of just showing you guys the dangers of social media. It has already been a proven fact that Instagram is one of the most unhealthy things for body image for females, for women, for kids, for little teenage kids, teenage girls. It is 100% extremely dangerous for them and their mental health. Social media. Why? Because you get a dopamine rush every time someone likes a picture, someone says something nice about you. So you're sitting there, I need to write a post. How many pictures do people take? Like when you see a selfie up there, that ain't the first picture. That's like 20 pictures, and you're gone through 20 pictures. Like, shoot, I gotta make sure I put the right picture up so people like the picture, and I make sure it's at the right time so the most amount of people get it. And if they don't comment, they're not gonna get on the explore page, and then I'm screwed. And this should be a good picture. You put up, bam, and you're waiting. You're like this. You're like, just make sure. 10 likes. Woo, yay. Dopamine rush. Boom. Oh, I feel good. I gotta go do whatever I gotta do to please this audience again, guys. Listen, when I say I love you, I mean that in the way of where I appreciate everything that you guys are doing in terms of being an amazing audience for me to be able to do what I love to do. And if one day something happens to me, a lot of you guys will probably be upset. You know, you'll care because I care that much for you guys as well too. But I'm not doing any of this for you, and it's in a purpose of I'm not doing this to please you. None of what I'm doing is to please my audience. Everything I'm doing is what I can do organically, where I can give out information to other people that can help their lives because I've been through a lot in my life and I've learned from, and I'm like, hey, you know what? A lot of things you've been through could probably help a lot of people out there who've probably been through similar things too, and just need a voice like mine to say, hey, you're not alone. That's what my channel is. So if it comes for you guys out there who are young, inspiring, influencers who are watching certain people on channels and whatever, and like, I want to do this thing, I want to do a YouTube channel, I want to be whatever, understand this. Start your channel knowing who you are, or having a clear understanding of what you want to put out and who you are, and having a good amount of self-worth. So when you get on your channel, you start your channel, you don't have to change for anything. You will evolve what you put out. You will evolve because that's what life's about, is evolving. But it doesn't mean you have to change who you are from the inside. You got to love who you are from the inside first before you start any of this stuff, because it will change you. It will make you want to change for the wrong reasons. I applaud Tristyn for putting this video out, for being very open and vulnerable in this point, but I also would like Tristyn to just at least put another video on the dangers of doing this, on being a little more vulnerable of what his mental health is saying, you know, positive coping mechanisms to get through some of the mental struggles he's probably going through in this process. That's what I want to see. And that's where people are going to learn and get the most out of, is when someone says, hey, I messed up, I made the wrong decisions, and this is how I am getting better. It might not work for you, but this is what's working for me. You are not alone. And that's what this video, I wish, had a little more of. But having said that, good job, Tristyn, for putting this out, for being open about it. I watched Nick Trigili's video. He was a little more harsh on things, but he's saying some of the true things as well too. You know, saying some of the same things I'm saying, and same with Greg. Everyone's saying almost the same thing. And I think it can wrap up to know your self-worth, value yourself, value your own goals. Don't change your life for other people to suit or please other people. Do this for you. Do this and be your organic, authentic self. And I can promise you, if people stop liking you because of that, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I would rather be not liked for who I am than be liked for who I'm not. If that makes any sense. Anyway, guys, hope you liked the video, guys. If you did, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. You know, I'm come out that tell like it is, transparent, vulnerable truth for coaching, johnstreet.com. If you want to open my coaching, guys, I do help mentor those who have mental illnesses as well too. So if you're worried about, you know, getting a coach who might not understand, I understand. So book a phone consult, 15 or 30 minutes. At the end of the consult, if you want to go with coaching, I deduct the price of the consult off any package you pick. Also, guys, check out my ebook. If you want to get off on a good start in the new year and you're stuck with programming, terminology, how to do certain movements, check out the ebook. The push-pull legs training ebook is absolutely amazing. Also, guys, letsgetchecked.com. Check it out, 30% off for you guys. Use my code. And use my code of HLT Supplements. It pays this channel. It helps this channel out. It also helps you guys out too. Turk Builder is absolutely killing it, as well as my pre-workout will be coming out soon, guys. So get on there as well. And guys, go on my site. All my shirts are 25%. All my merch is 25% off. So go there right now. Grab yourself a Muscle Mosca shirt or an Iron Sharpens Iron tank or a t-shirt as well too, guys. Anyway, guys, make sure you guys add me on TikTok and Instagram. Send me your progress pics, your foodie pics, and your training clips, and I will repost it for you. So make sure you mention me so I can repost it on my stories. Anyway, guys, do that for me, guys, because you know how it is. Iron Sharpens Iron, because of overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.